What I'm about to show you is basically a sheet of concept art I made for an animated intro I was planning that would play at the beginning of every Colco gaming video. Despite what it might seem, I actually put a lot of effort into the Colco gaming channel when I was working on it. Like, just don't get me wrong, those videos themselves are pretty bad, but I did my best to make the gameplay footage look the best it could without a capture card. Even outside the videos themselves, I put a lot of time into properly naming the videos and organizing playlists on the channel, that way things were organized and easily accessible. If it wasn't already obvious, the way I ran the channel was very much inspired by the Game Grumps channel. I was never a regular viewer of the channel or anything, but I did occasionally stop by because I thought a lot of the things they did on the channel were pretty neat. Of course, one of the most iconic parts of the Game Grumps channel are their animated intros that begin each episode. So I figured a cool thing to improve my own videos was to give myself an animated intro. My idea was heavily inspired by the intro for their Grumpcade series. That intro would show the players that would be in that video randomly selected in a silly little animation, and would even have additional animation and unique designs for guests that would appear. By November 2016, I had started to have regular guest appearances on the Colco Gaming channel. Most notably, my brother Noah, my cousins Buzz and Nene, and my friend Peter, who was known as Everything is Awesome at the time. Since I planned to have them show up regularly and invite other people on, I thought that an animated intro for them similar to Grumpcade would be cool. So, here's the concept art itself, and as you can see, it was mostly focused on the character designs for everyone. First, of course, was me, and yeah, I just used the Sir Calco avatar because, yeah. I'm assuming this would have been shown in every episode since, I'm in all of them. There's also my brother Noah, whose avatar is pretty much the same as the one I used for a short-lived collab gaming channel, Colco Gaming. I don't really know why I used a hat as the main aspect of his design. When he had a YouTube channel, he had a hat on for the videos, but I made that design before those videos, so I don't know. Next is Buzz and Nene. Unlike everyone else, these two didn't have any sort of online presence or appearances in my other works to base their appearance on, so I based their designs on their Miis that they used on my Wii U. That's why Buzz has the spiky hair and glasses, because even though that's not what he actually looks like, that's what his Mii looks like, so that's what I decided to go off of. I got pretty lazy with Nene's design though, since literally the only unique thing about his avatar is the hair. Which isn't even unique hair because that's just how I drew hair for a lot of characters at the time. Then we get to Everything is Awesome. Now, Peter did already have a character design for his appearances in my comic books that I wrote, but since his appearances were mainly as his YouTube persona, I based the design off the Lego minifigure that he used as the channel icon, hence why he randomly has a fishing rod. For my friend Sean, who made a single appearance as Chief Snake in a video, his design was based solely on his profile picture that he had, which was a cat in an astronaut helmet. That's yeah, that's it. The last three never ended up actually appearing on my channel. My friend Jacob didn't have a YouTube channel, so his design was taken from his appearances in my comics, with curly hair and robotic laser glasses. As for the last two, I haven't spoken to either of them in years, hence why their names are censored, but their designs were also taken from my comics since they didn't have a YouTube channel. There's also these two who went by their online usernames A Flying Biscuit and Atto Animations. They were also never in any of my videos, although I did used to promote their channels in like the channels tab of my channel. The avatars I drew for them were based on their profile pictures, being A Flying Biscuit and Blinky from Pac-Man, respectively. There's one last set of drawings on this sheet, and these were drawn to visualize how the animation would end. The Colco Gaming name in the middle of the screen, and all the avatars appearing in the corners. Basically, the animation would start on a character select screen that would choose the people who would be in the video. There would then be a cutaway that introduces the guest, with their name being stated and their avatar being shown. Then my avatar and the guest avatars would run across the screen, and finally the Colco Gaming logo would appear in the middle of the screen, and the avatars would appear either in the sides or in the corners, depending on the number of players. That's why each avatar concept has two different drawings, one standard pose that would be used for the one in their intro, and then another actiony pose for the title card. I think the last thing to mention is that this intro also would have had a theme song to it. From what I remember thinking about it when I was making the concept, it would have just been a simple bass line. It would have sounded something like this. I was never really much of a musician, but if I got to this part back in 2016, I probably would have just tried to sloppily create it in GarageBand since I had fiddled around with that a little bit before. So now, with all that history out of the way, here's a little recreation I made that's pretty close to how I would have imagined the final version to be. 4-player, Noah, Buzz, and Nene. So, why was it scrapped? Well, if it wasn't already too obvious, it would have just been too time consuming. The thing I liked about making the Colco gaming videos was that they were really simple to make. All I had to do was record myself playing a game with my iPad and then upload that directly to YouTube. There's no editing, no thumbnails, or anything like that. Yeah, obviously that's a bit lazy, but at the time I enjoyed doing it because it allowed me to create stuff quickly and without stress, compared to the Sir Colco videos that would require hours of script writing, editing, drawing, and recording. Sure, this intro would have been cool, but the process of editing, drawing, and animating everything would have taken a lot of work, and even after finishing it, I would have had to take the extra steps to edit it to the beginning of every single feature video I uploaded. So, as cool as it would have been, at the time I just didn't really feel like it was worth all the extra effort. Which honestly applies to a lot of the Colco Gaming channel, honestly.